The Tiger Rally, it was one of the most exciting weeks that Sama Tours has ever had. Basically, they flew in from Spain, they landed in Cape Town, hit the ground running. We went and got the motorcycles. We had a fleet of BMW GS's, we had Hondas, we had Royal Enfields. Everyone grabbed a bike, literally, tied their luggage on, off we went to the V&A waterfront, and our first activity of the tour was a sunset cruise around the Cape Town harbour. First day, we hit the ground running. We experienced Cape Town. We drove to the top of Signal Hill. This is the best place to see Cape Town. It's always really exciting riding up there on the motorcycles. On the motorcycles again, we drove down to Hout Bay and we visited our very first children's charity of the trip. It's called James House. James House does an amazing job of providing social work, social care and programs for at-risk teenagers and small children in Hout Bay. We gave out soccer balls and t-shirts, played soccer with the kids and really enjoyed our stop there. Next up, we rolled down to Simonstown. Simonstown is a Navy town, and it also is the home of the Boulders Beach penguins. There's these jackass penguins that live on the beach in Cape Town, and we organized to spend the afternoon on the beach. It was a cold water swim, which was really good to help some of the Spanish people get over their jet lag. And we enjoyed swim on the beach, spotted some penguins, and then got back on our motorcycles again. From Simonstown, we drove up into Stellenbosch. This is a beautiful area, driving past the wine farms. We stayed right in the center of town, surrounded by bars and restaurants. The guys enjoyed a nice dinner and they did a bit of bar hopping, which is always fun. Beautiful area, Stellenbosch. Day two. Day two started bright and early in Stellenbosch. This was a beautiful day of riding because first up we have the Halshoogte Pass, and then we drive into Franschhoek, over the Franschhoek Pass into Greyton. Now the kids in Greyton were an absolute delight. They were so excited when the motorcycles rode in. Everyone was hooting and singing and the kids climbed on the motorcycles. It was such fun. We actually packed these stationery packs for all the kids. So every kid along the way got a stationery pack with basic items that are really useful: notebooks, pens, paper, colored crayons, and basically it was so much fun to stop at the children's home and give out the stationery. Those little faces, they were so excited by the motorcycles. They also prepared a really awesome lunch for us. We had some vetkoek and mince, and we actually enjoyed it with the kids, so it was really nice to share a meal with them. We all left there feeling like it was such a great cultural exchange. for the Spanish people to meet some of the local people from Greyton. Now, no motorcycle tour can completely avoid the highway. We got back onto the N2 for some nice highway riding. Luckily, it wasn't too long. We quickly got back onto the alternate route and we rode the Trudeau Pass. The Trudeau Pass is absolutely spectacular at sunset. We had rainbows and clouds and beautiful twisting tar roads, and we arrived in Barrydale as the sun was setting. Barrydale is a one-horse town in the Karoo. We had such a good evening there. We went to a restaurant. The Spanish guys were playing piano. Who knew they could sing, dance and ride motorcycles? It was an evening of camaraderie and really a lot of fun. Okay, so the next day was Barrydale to Knysna. This was an exciting day for a couple of reasons. Number one, we had our first accident of the tour. It wasn't too bad. We just had two Spanish guys drive into each other. Luckily, no Spanish people were hurt during the making of this video, only the motorcycles. Back on the bikes, we hit our first extreme weather of the tour. We had complete downpour as we drove into Knysna, but we were cold on the outside, warm on the inside, because we went to a children's charity in Knysna. And once again, those little smiles on the kids as we gave out stationery packs, balls, spent some time with the kids. It really warmed us up. We enjoyed a dinner on the Knysna waterfront and back to bed, ready for the next day. Cool, so from Knysna, we enjoyed some more great riding to Oudtshoorn, the ostrich capital of South Africa. We had lunch on a proper South African ostrich farm. The meal of the day was ostrich wraps. And then afterwards we visited a children's charity in Oudtshoorn. The locals here actually have a school that all the tourists and the ostrich farms in the area put together money to fund a school. So by visiting these beautiful tourist attractions in South Africa, you're giving back. Once again, it was so much fun. Music, soccer, giving out stationery packs. In the afternoon, leaving Oudtshoorn behind, it's always a great ride up past the Kangaroo Cave. Then we get onto the Swartberg Pass. Now the Swartberg Pass is a mountain pass that's famous to adventure bikers the world over. You go up on the hill and on the other side it's the switchback going down the mountain, really steep, and it's got these golden sandstone cliffs that glow red in the sunset. It's just the wow factor. We had some clouds, we had some rainbows. It was a little bit misty at the top. It was just this is what adventure biking is all about. At the bottom of Swartberg Pass, we went to Prince Albert. That was our little Karoo town for the night. Nothing happens there, but there is a gin bar. And once again, everyone was in a good mood after a great day's ride. Swartberg Pass was so good that we had to ride it again the next day. So riding over it once wasn't enough. The next morning, up and over Swartberg Pass again. It's really steep, so it can be a little bit intimidating for those that are scared of heights. But it's a really good quality road and the bikes just loved it. This is dirt bikers paradise. After Swartberg Pass, we enjoyed Kruisrivier Pass going into Calitzdorp. This is a little bit different. You drive past a big dam, there's some beautiful little winding roads. We got back onto the R62. It's this little winding road that goes through the desert, through the little quirky towns and villages. Next up was the Sewe-Weeksport Pass. Like I said, there's just so many passes. The Sewe-Weeksport is another epic gravel ride. Actually, all these passes were made by Sir Thomas Bain and friends. These are guys that made the roads back in the day using only eyesight, and us motorcycle riders are super happy they did it. Beautiful views, epic riding. We stopped at the top of Export Pass for lunch, and in the late afternoon we arrived in Toes River. We stayed at the delightful Karoo One Hotel. The next morning was all about wildlife. So one of the main reasons people come here is, first of all, to visit the amazing children of Africa, but also to experience the Big Five. So up bright and early, the guys went on a Big Five game reserve in Aquila. This is an awesome game reserve, only a couple of hours from Cape Town. It is perfect. They spent the morning on a game drive. There was lions, elephants, zebras, giraffes. Afterwards, they came back to the lodge. They enjoyed some drinks by the pool, and then it was time to ride again. This was our final epic day of riding. We ventured into the Cederberg Mountains. Our first stop was the Tankwa Karoo Padstal. This is an epic stop, right in the middle of the desert, nothing around. Next up, we rode Katbakkies Pass, right into the Cederberg Mountains. This is a true wilderness area. Your cell phone does not work here. It's just mountains, it's views that stretch forever. We spent the night at Mount Cedar. This is the lovely little resort. All the chalets have wood-fired jacuzzis. We actually made a barbecue for the Spanish riders down by the river. Some of the guys were swimming in the river, others were enjoying the barbecue. But the real star of the show was the nighttime starlight. Here there's no light pollution and the stars glow up so brightly at night, making for the most amazing stargazing. The last day, obviously it's a little bit emotional getting on your bike on the last day, because it's your last day riding, and in a way you can't believe it, but in another way it feels like it's been so long since the start of the tour. And they made their way out of the Cederberg, and today was all about finishing what we came here to do, which was to donate to the children of South Africa. So we stopped at two more charities, Hayes Theatre and Andrew Murray House, and we gave out some more stationery packs, some more soccer balls and some more t-shirts to kids in need. We then rode triumphantly into Cape Town, where we returned the bikes, and then it was time to celebrate.